All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to make a $2 hammer. I've got $1 or less in this head. This head came out of the estate sale that I paid like $36 or $46. I don't remember what it was now. But I don't have much of anything in it. Really and truly, I don't have anything because I've already got my money's worth out of the other stuff. But I bought this for $1 out of the pawn shop. Oh my God, probably a year ago. It's a good, and it looks like it was a new handle. Doesn't look like anybody's used it or put it on anything. Well, I know they haven't because they haven't shimmed it or anything. Factory made. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna go ahead and put this together and have me another hammer. Not that I need another one, but I've only got one of these style hammers. I can't remember what they called it. I think this is a machinist hammer. Every hammer has a name, and then of course everybody nicknames them different things. But anyways, I don't know, could be 16 ounce, 20 ounce, I don't know what this is. I think it's got some writing on it. But anyways, I'm gonna go to the wire wheel, and probably what I'm gonna do, just for the hell of it, I'm gonna polish this and polish these two ends just because I can, and then blue the rest. Yeah, for practice. Really and truly, all I have to do is wire wheel this. If you know, don't go to the extent I am, you could probably brush this off, clean it up with a wire wheel, shoot it with some black hammer paint or some gray hammer paint, and it would be a good, usable, all-purpose hammer. The shim that I'm going to put in this and the wedge I'm going to put in this was free. So literally I'll have less than $2 in this. So I just want to go to show that you can find this junk stuff, and a buddy of mine at work collects heads. He has, I think he's in the neighborhood of 3 5-gallon buckets, and 2 of them are full of axe heads, hammer heads, claws, you name it, he's got it. And he's always on the lookout for heads. And like he said he can't, you know, if he buys them for $1 or $2 or $3 a piece, he says he never pays more than $3 for one. And he's always had it. He said he's like me, he looks for handles, but he uses a lot of hammers, especially at work and projects that he does. But anyways, look for this stuff. I mean, right here is a good example. I'm gonna spend about an hour of my time, and I'm gonna have a nice, almost brand new hammer. All right, let's go to the wire wheel and see what we get. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna start the wire wheel, but I just wanna point out, I have a vacuum system, and a viewer had said that I should wear a mask, and that I do like my frog, my little frog visor. I wear it all the time. But during the summer, I don't use this as much, this vacuum system as much as I should, just because it's 105, 108 outside, and this will suck out my air conditioning. It literally will suck out within 15 minutes all the air, and the exchange rate, the AC can't keep up with what this sucks out. I don't wear a mask. I don't have to with this system. The way I designed it, it's real simple. It's a Harbor Freight dust collecting system that I converted into just a vacuum, outside vacuum system. I bought this, see if I can get a picture of it. This little chute, whatever you want to call it, it's a 4-inch hose. I have to be careful when I'm doing small parts because it will literally suck it up in and into the fan. And when I say little, when I'm doing sockets or ratchets, I have to be careful because if it spins out, it'll go in there and suck it into the veins. And I have to open up the system to get them out of the veins. So for those of you that are worried about dust problems, for me, I've designed this, I made this where I don't worry. And if you have a system and you're not sure how good it collects dust, or what I used when I was making this, when I figured out what I wanted, I bought a can of smoke. Actually, I borrowed it from work. And we test smoke detectors. I understand smoke is a little finer than the dust, rust particles that comes off of this. But when I sprayed the smoke from 12 inches away, it took everything. There was no smoke left. I mean, it took it all. So, and then I've done different, I'm trying to remember what that powder's called. Concrete powder. That's what I used. And I flicked it in the air just to see how much, and it literally took it all. The only thing that was left was what was stuck to my glove. So I'm very confident of my dust collection system, and it doesn't collect anything. It just ducks it right outside. I got an outside dryer vent, flaps out there where it goes right through it. When the fan kicks on, it opens the vanes, and this is a very good system that I got set up, and it was inexpensive. I did have to buy the dust collector and a couple extra pieces, but it was worth it, except during the summertime. During the wintertime, it's not so bad. My heating unit is too big for this shop, so turning it on low and running this AC when I'm working, it's fine, because sometimes my shop gets too hot. So anyways, I was just covering that, sorry, in the way there. Let's start and see what we get. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. 47-3. 47-3, and then they did it all the way around here. 47-3. And then here on the side, somebody's taken a small punch, I don't know if you can see it, and marked a 5. And then there's a dot, like 7 circle, like a little tiny circle there. And then they marked a 1. Well, no, that might be just a strike. The head's in good shape, no name. Not bad. It's got a little divot in the center of it right there. You can feel the divot right there. Kind of weird. The head itself's in great, no damage, no chips. I'm thinking this, I worked at a place temporarily that had a tool bin, and they stamped their tools. And this could be what that is. Because normally on rigs, at first I thought this might be oil field, but I don't think so. Because on rigs, normally it's a 4-digit number. And they wouldn't use something this small on the rig. Well, I've never seen something this small on the rig, let's put it that way. And when I say rig, I mean oil well site, oil rig, workover rig. Now, well, they might use something like this on a workover. Anyways, doesn't matter. Somebody stamped it, marked it, and it more than likely is for identification, and more than likely is a tool bin. They assign tools out and you got to return them. But nice head. Anyways, let's, I don't know where I'll go from here. I wonder if I should polish that or just polish the front. I was going to polish the nose too, but I don't think I can get a definite line across there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just I got it in my old 572. This is Rock Island. Can't remember. Yeah, it's a Rock Island. Anyways, this vise has been, somebody back in the day welded the jaw, welded the bolts, drilled it through. I don't care, it works. Anyways, I'm just cleaning out the head with a wire brush. You can put they make those cheap wire brushes from Harbor Freight, or you can take a drill bit, some steel wool, chuck it on your cordless drill and just clean it out. And really and truly, you don't have to do this. It's just a good used hammer. It's not like it's going to be, you know, it's not going to affect it if you leave a little rust in there. I'm just cleaning it out because I can. That's what I'm doing. Clean the inside. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to get it all out. Just cleaning it. See, I don't know if you guys see the dust, the little rust dust coming out of it. Yeah, that's about good. I want a good hammer, but it doesn't need to be a showpiece. There we go. Oh, if you ever find a magnet, one of these kind, you gotta get one. Works great, put stuff on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now what I'm gonna do is, let me get this camera about right. I'm gonna just clean this off with some carb cleaner. I'm almost out of this can. And I'm just gonna clean it real good. I'm gonna cold blue it. And you guys out there, you can use naphtha, or I don't even know where I put it, but I use carburetor cleaner because that's what I keep on my bench. Use whatever you like. Just clean it real good. I don't recommend mineral spirits. This carburetor cleaner is like naphtha. It evaporates, doesn't leave residue. Almost there. I still haven't been to town to buy any. I need another case of carburetor cleaner. I need some hand cleaner. Yeah, I need oil for the car. I just hate driving for one, and I hate going to Walmart. The only thing about Walmart I like is when I leave that place, I feel like a god. The people at Walmart. I swear to God, some people don't have mirrors in their home. If they think they look good, they definitely looking in a funhouse mirror, because, man. At least when I work, my clothes are dirty. You can tell I was working. Anyways, just to let you know, I got a saying, ladies and gentlemen. Dumbass people make me look good all day long. I don't cuss much, but that is my favorite saying. Besides, my tools, my rules. So when you're cleaning, you want all the black off of it. You don't want any residue. And I know I'm fingering and I'm touching it with my hand, which may leave some residue. I cleaned my hands real good just a minute ago. I can't go in my wife's kitchen without cleaning up, because she says I'm a dirt magnet. I don't know what she's talking about. If you guys have never worked with someone who's worked in surgery or who's a scrub tech or scrub nurse, I guarantee you they know how to sanitize stuff. All right, now I'm comfortable with the cleaning of it. So now I'm using this cold bluing. I like this stuff. This stuff works very well. I got another bottle of that other stuff around here somewhere, but you have to rinse it, and that's a step I don't have to go through with this. The problem I'm gonna have is it's not as warm as it has been, and I haven't been able to find a used, I'm trying to think of it here a second. It's a toaster oven. I want a little toaster oven to where I can heat these parts up, because after I blew it, I put some 3-in-1 oil on it and set it out in the sun and let it heat up, bake on. That seems to work very, very good. Yeah, look at the dark. See how dark it just turns almost immediately? And the only reason I'm doing this, it's just to help maintain the metal, keep it from rusting, preserving, making the tool last longer. I mean, it's the same thing as spray paint. I mean, really and truly, it's the same thing. You're protecting the surface. And tools are expensive, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you that are new watching the channel, my channel is nothing but old junk tools. Things I find not very valuable in a sense to most people. But when I'm done with it, it's a good quality used tool. And that's all it is. It's nothing super fancy. I'm not trying to make a showpiece or an art piece. Some of my tools turn out really nice. And sometimes I just practice just to make it look good. And sometimes I get carried away. This stuff you let sit for 60 seconds and then you wipe dry. That's what I like about this stuff. The other brand that I have, I put it up already, sorry. After you put it on, then you're supposed to rinse it, and then you buff it with steel wool. This just eliminates a step. That's got too much carb cleaner. It's still damp. Let me get another towel. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry. All you do is just wipe dry. And this is something, I've said it before, you can do this anywhere. You can do it on the kitchen table. It doesn't leave that much of a mess when you're bluing something. Unless, your wife will kill you. But you can do this on a back porch. You don't have to have a shop like mine to do this. See, you just wipe it dry. Nothing super fancy. Look there, I kind of missed this end, so I'm going to re-blue it again. That's it. Now, steel wool. And I think this is 1/0 steel wool. That's it. Nothing super fancy about it. You can see I've done this side, the top. Now see the discoloration? See how it's faded? Kind of like a matte, and how this is kind of shiny. Now, can't leave this on here very long, because if you do, it doesn't buff off. All right, let me finish buffing it, and then come back and put another coat. I am going to say, I'm going to put another coat on this, but the messiest part of this is probably the steel wool. As you're buffing, it leaves little hair, little fibers everywhere. That I dislike. It's a little more blue now. This second coat's making it a little more blue, but once I put the 3-in-1 oil on, it makes it more black. And you can use cotton swab. I use paintbrushes just because I got them. My daughter's an artist, or was an artist, and I guess she still is, doesn't practice as much. But I've had hundreds of these over the years, so I still got a bunch of them. So I use them. And I like it. I like using them. I always say, use what you like. Now, let this sit 60 seconds. I'll dry it off, wipe it dry, and then hit it again with steel wool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 coats. Polished it with some 1/0 steel wool, and that's what I come up with. So, for now, I'm done with that. What I'm going to do here, trying to figure out how deep I want to cut my slot. Now you can cut your slot with a handsaw is what I recommend. I have a bandsaw, so that's what I'm going to use. And you just go right down the center. And then I'm going to go down, I'm going to cut it down to about 3/4 of the way. I may go a little further. I'm going to see how far this sets. Let's go a little further. I'm going to go a little further. I'm going to set that. I'm going to cut it, set it in there, ham and hurl. Well, I need to clean the handle too. Yeah, well, I do that. Might as well. There again. Somebody's going to say something, but I'm cleaning it with carburetor cleaner. Ain't going to hurt it. I don't have to worry about soaking in the wood because it doesn't. Evaporates too quick. It's got some staining. I'm not sure what the staining is. Looks like oil. Yeah, I'm sure it's oil. That's just a little bit of character, let's say. I'm wondering. Got a little bit. I got some 220 here, I think. All I'm going to do to this is hit it with some, when it's together, I'll put some boiled linseed oil. Anything that has a wooden handle, you should coat it with boiled linseed oil. New ones, once a day for a week, and then probably once a week for a month, and then after that, on my birthday month, everything that's got a wooden handle on it, I put linseed oil on it. And the linseed oil keeps your wood, 1, it keeps water from soaking in, and 2, it keeps the wood, what's the word? I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Keeps it from drying out, getting brittle, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It works, let's put it that way. What do I know? I'm just a redneck. Some of this stuff my dad showed me, some of this stuff I worked for old timers. I've worked for almost everybody I've ever worked with was a lot older than me. So they had more experience. I listened to them. Yeah, that's it. Look how ugly that is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's oil. Looks like somebody dripped some oil on it. It's all right. It's pretty sure it's a factory because you can see the staple marks. But anyways, let's cut the slot and I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I cut my slot. And now, I don't know, top or bottom, doesn't really matter. It's kind of universal on this thing. Well, hang on. It's one of my favorite hammers. It's a Blue Point. I cut the handle on, stubby. I love this hammer. Oh yeah, I like it. See? And for those of you that, you can tell, when it stops, when it dead ends, and of course, obviously, it's not going much further on this one, but you can feel it, you can hear the difference tone in the wood. That's solid. I can hear it pinging. So it's not going anymore. And I just thought of something. I kind of screwed up. I like doing the handsaw better because the wedge is so tight there. The slotted, my wedge has a hard time starting in there. Let me go get a wedge. I'll be right back. All right, it's on my little homemade anvil. And drive the wedge. I think the wedge might split on me a little bit. In there. So now, oops, sorry. Now I'm going to cut it off on the bandsaw. You can use a handsaw, it doesn't matter. She's got a lot in there. Yeah, it ain't going no more. I'm hitting hard. Be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got it cut. I actually did a really good job cutting that. Right a perfect spot. And you can see a little bit on the sides right there. But the inside of the hammer is concaved in, I guess you'd say. It goes in. It's like this. So it's really tight in there. This will swell it out. It'll swell it on the ends, but I want it to swell out more here. So this should make that happen. There you go. Nothing hard about it. Easy peasy. My $2 hammer. I like it. Now, let's go oil this real quick. All right, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. Ah, my magnet. I'm going to oil the head and then oil the handle. And then set it outside. It's not hot enough, I don't think, outside, but this oil, this 3-in-1 red label is what I use. I didn't realize they made others. One of the viewers told me they make different labeled oil. Anyways, this darkens it. Once this dry, I don't think the oil actually absorbs in the metal, which, you know, I know metals have a pore to it, but there's not enough. I think what it does is a chemical reaction with the bluing. It makes it a little darker. I think. What do I know? I don't know. All I know is it looks darker when it's done. But I'm going to set this outside, let it get warm the best. Well, we're kind of partly cloudy today, so it's not going to get as much as I'd like, as much heat. And my wife will definitely not let me put this in the oven. That will get me shot. and my wife is good shot. Qualifications, she's almost as good. Well, a couple times she did shoot better than me. It's always nice having a partner at the time that can shoot as good as you. You always had backup with you. One time, me and my wife were the only two husband and wife team law enforcement in Oklahoma. I always had backup. Now the top, I'm not going to oil until after the handle dries a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead because I'm going to stand it up outside in the sun. Get this out of the way. Get a towel. But anyways, so I put the 3-in-1 on the head, and then linseed oil, and I got my linseed oil in one of these little dollar jars that I got at Dollar Tree. The best way to, if you've got something you want to pour and deliberately control, this is the way to go. This works really good. Anyways, I'll set it outside. We'll come back and look at it tomorrow and see what it looks like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was outside for 2 days. You can see there's still some oil. You can tell it's not as hot outside as it has been, but doesn't matter, it still turned black. I like it. And I screwed up again. For some reason, that linseed oil outside, if you put so much on, it doesn't soak in real good, and it leaves, it's kind of sticky. So I gotta leave it inside the shop for a few days. I'm not gonna oil it today. I'm just gonna let it sit, and luckily, I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going to look at it and see if I can add a coat of oil. And the hammer turned out nice. See what I mean about the oil? It turns it black. That got fuzz on it. But this, I use this household 3-in-1 oil, and lubricates, cleans, and polishes is what it says. But I like how it makes the bluing turn black. The hammer is excellent. It's an excellent hammer now. It's just the right size handle. Like I said, these handles are probably seconds when I bought them. They're at Canton, and I don't care. They're usable. You know, I'm not going to be breaking a concrete driveway with this. That's not what this hammer is designed for. It's for not, you know, a hammer like this is for knocking rotors, hubs loose, your disc brakes, knocking rotors and things like that, knocking a ball joint loose, you know, something like that. This is not made for doing busting concrete or driving rebar, unless it's just little, you know, 3/8 or something like that, a little piece of rebar in the ground, tent stakes. But still, you can see the indentation. Don't know why it's there. It's weird. I don't know. I should have ground it down, but then again, it's just a good used hammer. I polished it a little bit. Not bad. I got some oil across there. I need to clean that off. But anyways, it's a good used hammer. It's not, you know, it's not brand new, and I don't have a lot of money invested in it. The head I bought from the estate sale when I got a bunch of junk. It was in the wheelbarrow, I think, with a bunch of junk. So there's no name. It is marked, and like I said, I think this is probably a tool bin. I don't think this was used in oil field, because normally when oil field, 4-digit numbers is what I'm used to. So Usually it's the well site number. But overall, it's in really good shape for $6 or $7 for the handle, and then I don't even know if I got that much in it. I can't remember now. But let's say I got less than $10 in the hammer. I think it's fair. It's worth every bit of that. There's no really bad marring on it. Guys, let me know. Tell me what you think. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Would you have wasted your time to refurbish a good used hammer? I don't know what these things sell for now. You know, I'm gonna go look real quick. I got a computer in my shop here. Let me go look. All right, they do call this a machinist hammer, and everything I found online new, $22, $38. I found some cheaper ones for $15. Don't know what size this is, but I figure it's 24 ounce. Not a bad little hammer. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Subscribe if you like. Bringing old junk tools back to a good usable condition, and I think this is usable condition right here. I am going to linseed oil it some more, but I'm going to let all this dry before I add any more. And normally what I do is once a day for a week, and then once a week for a month, and then after that I do it once a year on my birthday month. I linseed all my wooden handles. And it doesn't take me long, even though I've got probably about 30 hammers and hatchets, maybe 40. It takes me about 2 hours to soak them all. It just oil them down and hang them back up or put them up. It doesn't hurt anything. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Y'all have a good day.